Good morning. One moment. Yes? Okay, I'm on the show. It's always something. Somebody's at the door. But you know what? Good morning and welcome to Saturday morning in the kitchen. We haven't been here live for just a little bit, but there are some changes that have gone on in the kitchen since you've been gone. And you know, I'm so excited to have you here. I'm Leona Dooley, and this is the kitchen of Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme. And here on Saturday morning is where we inspire, we have fun, we cook, and we giggle, and sometimes heaven only knows what we might do. But I am just so excited to have you here with me. Now, we are starting out, and I'm just going to give you a little 360 look at the kitchen because we've done a few things since you've been here live in the kitchen. And so I'm going to give you an opportunity to take a look at that. And then we're going to get down to those things that we normally do on Saturday morning, which is cooking, because we're going to make a few refreshments. Because after all, when you have a tour or you're doing something special, you want to have a refreshment at the end, a little beverage for them to drink, and hopefully something sweet for them also to eat. So we're going to be doing all of that today. So hello, Emma, I'm so glad to see you. Glad you're here with me today. And we're getting started here in the kitchen. So I'm going to start you here because this is my usual little ebony, ivy, and thyme wreath that stays right in this place. And you can see the ebony, ivy, and thyme there. It is dressed up for summer, and it has all of my summer colors that you're going to see that I will be using here in the kitchen. Now, so I'm going to take you around because one of the things we can't do on the Streamlight platform is to switch around back and forth. Now, some parts of the kitchen you've seen because that hasn't changed, and that's over here where the kitchen table is, and it's set for two for the big guy and I. And you're also going to see the coffee bar is dressed for summer as well. And it's nice having it right there because I can get hi Ronnie, I can get the big guy over there. He can do everything he needs to do as far as the coffee is concerned, and it's good to go. Now, you see our welcome sign, it's ready right there. So I am going to turn you this way so you can see the new kitchen. Good morning, good morning. I see you, Deb. You can see that we changed out all the cabinets. We changed out the granite. We still have a couple of things yet to do. I want these chairs painted, but you know, I can only push the big guy so fast, and he'll get some of those things done. But we did switch out the granite, as I said, to something lighter because if you remember, it was black and actually a peacock blue with a little touch of black. Good morning, Sue. And if you watched the 5 tips for organizing, kitchen organizing, you had a sneak peek at some of those cabinets anyway and where things are. And you know what? I am having some issues trying to get everything to know where everything is because many of those things in the other kitchen had been there for 30 years. And so, you know, I was just so used to being able to go and to pick up whatever it was, and it didn't have to, I didn't even have to think about it. So you can see that I think most of the cabinets that you saw in that video were the upper cabinets, and which is so nice, and I'm so excited to have taller cabinets which is really very, very nice. I've actually got plenty of room for all the things that I would like to have here close. I even have my holiday dishes right here in the kitchen, and I haven't had to move them to a new location just to hide them until the season changed. So that part was nice. I also switched out the curtains. If you remember, I had black and white curtains, little black and white checks, and I've switched those out to just a white tie-up curtain, kind of a balloon style curtain. I'm sorry, but the sun's coming through right about now, and so it's a little hard to see. So you'll kind of see that off and on. Of course, in the as you get over toward the stove area where we're going to be cooking, I have all of my cooking supplies, and what I really love is my Lazy Susan for my pots and pans. And it was amazing because I was actually able to get all of the pots and pans in there. Nothing gets lost. This right here is the best part, I'll say almost the best part of the entire kitchen, is being able to keep up with those pots and pans easily. The tops are in their location. Everything has a place. And so that's very nice as well. The doors also have a very soft closing. The only thing that I moved from the 5 tips to organizing was the coffee bar. And, you know, I probably will switch that coffee bar around because, as you know, it is on a tray. And so I can move it based on the season as to where it should go. But I actually had it right here to begin with because I thought that was going to be the perfect place. I had placed the cups and all those goodies right there up above it. So what I had to do, because I moved it, I had to move the cups over to the other cabinet. And you know, that's the way it goes. Good morning, Kim. Good morning. Thank you. I'm glad. Yes, it is so light and bright. I love it. And I, of course, have the stove. But let me tell you what I was able to do, which I have never been able to accomplish in the old kitchen. See if I can bring you over here. You know, typically when you came into the old kitchen, this is where the coffee bar was. And I purposely put it here because it was for convenience, because as we were rushing in and out, going to work in the morning, it was easy to pick up your coffee and zip on out the door because we usually exit this way. But now that things have changed a bit, we don't have to exit all the time this way. I decided I wanted a designated baking area where I could do my baking. And so as you can see, the KitchenAid is in place. I gave it a little decor for today, but here's the fun part, is that I have all of my baking needs, anything that applies to baking is right here in this cabinet. And also right here underneath, I have the measuring cups and spoons and all those good things are right here. And down below, I have my baking pans. That's the loaf pans, the 9x13 pans, cookie sheets, all those good things are right here down below. So that, for me, has been a voila. So I'm very happy to see that. Now I'm going to bring you over. Now, even though we're not quite ready for a tour yet, because I'm still working a little bit on it, but I do want you to see I have a spice rack, which was my one thing that I really, really, really wanted. And I kind of wanted it fancy, but for now, this is going to do. We've got all the spices in here, every one of them, which is so nice. And it's easy to just pull out, use it right here at the stove, and come back over and do whatever it is that you need to do. So good morning, Patricia. Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Emma. Everyone, so glad to have you here with me. Now, so we're going to get over here, and I'm going to see if I can get you set up again because I kind of had the camera all ready to go and get you so you can see. I know you want to be able to see. Let's see what I can do here. Get you come and bring you up just a little bit and then tilt you down. Thank you. Thank you. I am excited about the new kitchen. It is very nice and it's so easy to take care of. Now, like I said, today we got plans because this is our opening. So after all, we need to have refreshments. And I'm not sure this is where it's going to work, but we're going to try it here anyway. Let's see where the best spot is going to be, where we have everything we need. I think that's going to be it. All right, we're going to start today with a chocolate pecan pie, and it's going to have a little hit to it. So I've got my mixing bowl, and because of today, and I wanted to kind of keep things where they were supposed to go today, I didn't bring the KitchenAid over where it was more easy for you to see with lots of light. But I am going to use my new dish, my new baking dish that I got from Malacasa, and it is a beautiful dish. And so what I've done already, just to save a little bit of time, was that I rolled out my crust. And let's see if I can get it in my pan without totally tearing it up. I think I can. We're going to get it right there in the pan. Now I'm going to take this and dust it off for just a moment, kind of get it out of the way. And that's over there. I'm not going to need this anymore, so I'm going to put that right there. So I'm going to bring our pie plate over, and I'm going to get our crust in, make sure it's where it's supposed to be. I'm going to take the ends and I'm going to kind of fold them in. I don't want to throw them away. I'm just going to fold them so that they're going to be a part of the flute. And the nice thing about this dish is that it's already fluted. So you're really just taking your crust and putting it into the flutes that are already given, which is nice. You don't have to flute yourself unless you just want to. You can put in a little extra, and I'm going to play with that and get that ready to go. Now I have the oven set on 350 degrees, and that's where we're going to bake it. So I'm starting with this because I really do hope that we should be able to get this out of the oven before we're finished today. So we've got pie that we're going to work with. Okay, so we've got our crust ready. Everybody's ready. Everything's fluted in the flutes. And I'm going to take a fork. Got it right here. Take a fork, and I'm just going to punch some little air holes in the bottom of the dish. Just a few little holes. Okay, so that part of the pie is ready. Now I'm going to bring my pan back over. I will need to use my hand mixer today. And let me get everything in there. Make sure I have it in the right place. How are you guys doing? Did you have a good week? This has been a busy week. I mean, sometimes you think that certain weeks are busier than others. Make sure I have it in the right place. Okay, that's right. I don't know why it's not going in. Guess I should have put it in first. Okay, now, so got the mixer ready to go. Now, in this mixer, I'm going to start with a half cup of melted butter. So I've got my melted butter that I'm going to pour in. I also have, I've got a cheat sheet over here to make sure that I don't mess up. We need 1/4 cup of white sugar. So I have my cups here, got my 1/4, got the sugar here. I tried to organize today. You know, sometimes things get a little crazy, and I may not always have everything perfectly organized, but I'm trying today. There's our 1/4 cup of white sugar. We're going to need 3/4 cups of brown sugar. So because we need a little extra, we're going to clear this over. And he's a little noisy. Let's see if I can open that up and just take him off. There we go. So we won't have the clang. I hope you guys are having amazing weather. It has been, I saw that Florida, for those of you who are in Florida, God bless you. I know you've had a rough weather time. That's one. Here's 2. One more. And here's 3. And you know, the weather has been crazy. I was looking the other day, and oh my goodness, there are people with snow. Some of you may have been a part of that, where you had the snow. Some people had tropical weather that was going on, where we had terrible storms. I've got both of the sugars in here. I also need a 3/4 cup of Karo syrup. You know, I bought this Karo syrup at Costco, and it's so funny because I keep thinking, okay, it's lasting forever, and that's so true. So I'm going to put in 3. Here's 1. Here's 2. I'm trying to focus here, make sure we get it right. And we need 1 more. And here's 3. And here's 3. So we have our 3/4 cup of Karo syrup. And you know, for the most part with Karo syrup, this is probably the only time I use it is when I'm making these particular pies. So it tends to last a while. So I have my Karo syrup in. And I'm also going to add in my eggs. I have 4 eggs that I'm already taken care of. We can put that away. I haven't put this up because I may need it. I also need 1½ cups of vanilla. So let me get my vanilla ready. I don't think I'll need this. If I do, I'll get another one. Vanilla, get a shake. And I need 1½ teaspoons, 1½ really, 2. So I've got in my vanilla. Now, here's the special part. You know, I'm a Kentucky girl, and this pie I started making when we were still living in Kentucky. And I'm going to add in some bourbon, because bourbon just makes it taste better. So we're going to put in about 1/4 cup of bourbon. All of that's going to go in. Okay, got our bourbon, and it's time to start mixing. So, like I said, the weather has been absolutely crazy. You know, we're looking at summer here on the East Coast, and of course, the more south you go. But we've had, we have had, it's been fairly dry with an occasional shower. I need to cut this up so you can really get a good mix. Now, did anyone notice where the summer vignette was? I actually turned the lights on so you can see it. I decided to put it right here where it's always visible. Everybody can see it. I want this nice and well mixed. This is a delicious pie. It's one of those pies that you want it for summer. It's a good one to have. You can even do it in little tarts. Okay. All right. Take some of that noise out. Now, I'm not going to need that anymore, so I'm going to sit that back there, out of the way. Get the beaters out. Let me get a wooden spoon. It's funny that as a creature of habit, you tend to look for those things that you're used to having all the time. Now, the recipe says that you need about three quarters of a cup of chocolate chips. And this is a smaller size bag. So what I'm going to do is to lay it down. So I won't make a total mess of that with my towel. I don't know what I got on that. But I'm going to add in at least a cup. I'm going to look at it and see. And what I like to do is to take my chocolate chips. I'm going to start with a cup. And you're going to sprinkle them all over your pie plate. And I'm looking at that thinking, okay, that's pretty good. Now we're going to need, and I'm going to be using pecans. Now you can use walnuts, you can use whatever nuts that you like. And you know, you probably could do it with no nuts at all. But you definitely need nuts, I think, to make it right. So I have some pre-stirred pecans, and I'm going to open. They are the best pecans, I think, on the planet. So our pre-stirred pecans, and these are already chopped. I do have some whole ones, but these are chopped. I'm going to put in a cup of those as well. Yeah, keep it even. And then just take your hand and kind of mix all those up so that it's even. And you can kind of move things around to make sure you have even coverage. Now I'm looking and I'm thinking I need just a few more pieces of chocolate. Okay. Actually, it didn't even take the whole full bag. I could have put that whole bag in. Then we're going to pour in, give it another stir. And then we're going to pour this pie batter over that goodness. And you want to make sure you get everything in there. Okay? Now, so our bowl is there, that's there, and we're going to take this and put it in our 350 oven. And I'm just thinking I probably need to put something underneath, just in case. And I'm looking, I think I'll get a cookie sheet. Pull one out. My muffin tins, everything right there. Goes back and closes up. So I'm going to sit my pie plate on here because it will be much, this is too big. Whew, okay, that's not gonna work. Well, you know what? I think I'll get some aluminum foil, put underneath the plate, lay it on the rack. I won't be outdone. Okay, I'll lay it on that rack, and we're gonna put the pie plate on it. So I'm gonna bring you over a little closer, and we'll be able to see. Let's see. Good morning. Oh, Noelle, I didn't know that. You're a Kentucky girl too? Where are you from in Kentucky? I'm from Louisville, and home of the Derby. So I'm gonna tilt you down just a little bit. We're gonna be going in here. I've got my little mitt, and I'm gonna pull this out. Pull that out. I'm gonna lay the foil in. So just in case. Now I have a cover. I have an oven cover that covers the bottom of the oven just in case there's a spill, but I try not to have a major spill. So there we go. This is going in our 350 oven. Have to make sure everything's right. And give it a little push gently to try to get everything back in there. Okay, all right, pie set. The recipe says we need to cook it for about 50 to 60 minutes. So I'm gonna give it about 50 minutes and let that start. All right, so as I was saying, Noelle, that is wonderful. Good to have a Kentucky girl in the kitchen. And let's see. You lived in northern Kentucky, near Moorhead? I went to Moorhead. You have a niece and nephew in Louisville. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, Erica, good morning from Kansas City. Oh, thank you. We are really enjoying it. And we're cooking it up this morning. I'm so glad to get back in the kitchen with you guys. I have really missed being right here in the kitchen. Now, what we're going to do at this point, I'll bring you in a little closer and see if I can get this all lined up. Bring you up, tilt you down. You know how that goes. Okay, let's see if we can do this. I think we can. We're a little bit closer. If it cuts off a little bit of hair, that's okay. Now, we are going to put together a chicken salad. And I have 4 chicken breasts that I cooked and cut up. And what we're going to do is that we're going to start to put in some, we need mayo. And I'm a Hellman's girl. Sometimes I actually like the Hellman's vegan mayo, but I'm not using that today. We're going whole hog today with this chicken salad. So we're going to make sure it is absolutely delicious. So I'm going to get a spoon out. I'm going to measure only because you guys are here. So I'm going to start with about a cup of mayo. Okay, that's just leftover chocolate chips. We don't want chocolate chips in our mayo. So I'm going to measure out. Normally I would just shake out a certain amount of mayo, but I do want to be able to tell you about how much I used. Okay, so we've got about a little bit over a cup of mayo that we're going to put in. That's going to go on top. We're going to add just a touch of mustard, which is going to kind of kick up the flavor, give you a little extra spice. Now you can decide if you prefer to have Grey Poupon or you like just regular yellow mustard. That part's up to you. But we like Grey Poupon, and mainly because we like that flavor. So I'm going to put in a good tablespoon or so of mustard, because you don't want a lot. It's not like you really want to taste the mustard initially. You just want to know that you have it in and it gives you that certain flavor. So we've got our mustard in. We're going to add in some onion. And I'm going to start with about 1/4 of an onion. This onion seemed to be a little bit strong, so I'm not going to put all of that onion in. And I'm going to add in, I actually diced up 4 pieces of celery, but the celery was just a little skinny, I thought, at the store. And so we're going to keep all of that right there. Now, we need, of course, seasoning, and we need our, okay, somebody moved it. No, they didn't. I have to turn. Okay, we got our house seasoning right there. I couldn't get this jar. This jar was too tall, so I'm going to have to work that out. I couldn't get this jar to in the spice rack because of his size, but I need to make up a large amount. So I'll decide on how I'm going to work that out. But anyway, this is our house seasoning. And so I'm just going to start to mix this up. And like I said, I have 4 whole chicken breast that's in here. And you know, some people like olives, and I do. And, you know, after I look at this, I may decide to actually put the olives in, but because I do like olives. So we're getting the chicken salad put together, because you want to, number one, you want to make sure that it has enough dressing, but you don't want to overdress it. You want it to have some moisture, and the chicken's pretty moist. I actually did it in the crock pot and made up some chicken broth in the meantime. So I think I'm going to add the rest of the celery in, make sure we have all of that. Looking at it thinking, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put in the rest of the onion. All of that. All of that's in, and just continue to mix. Now, you know, olives give it a special taste, and it gives it a little more salty taste, very savory, or in the new word, umami. It adds a little bit of umami. So if you don't have a lot of olives, it's okay. You just need enough to add that flavor. You could even add a little of the olive juice in, just to give it that umami flavor. So I think what I'm going to do is to get some olives, a few olives, and I'm going to chop up a few. Good morning, Denise. I see you. Oh, I'm glad you like it. It's good to be back in the kitchen. All right, so I've got some olives here that I'm going to pull out. Well, I thought, there we go. And I'm going to put them on this plate. Pull out a few and get those chopped up. See if I can bring that over there, it'll be a little easier. Now, I think these, yeah, they're good. Okay, I can do it. All right, I wasn't sure. These the big guy picked up, and I try to make sure that there's no seed in the olives, but sometimes we accidentally pick up some that have seeds. And if you do, then you know it's just a little more work. So we're gonna chop, chop, chop. Get the olives chopped up. Get all of those put in. And these are what they call gigantic or colossal olives. So I'm slicing and then dicing them, slicing them about 4 times in length, and then giving them about a nice chop to get them a nice small size. And the nice thing about using the olives is that you actually get the pimento as well. And you know, pimento makes that chicken salad look so pretty. And it adds that little touch of red. And you know, if you add something different or something additional to your chicken salad, let me know what that is. Some of you may use Miracle Whip rather than using mayo. And Miracle Whip is a little sweeter. And I've used Miracle Whip before. If I didn't have a choice between the mayo, sometimes I'll buy a large bottle of one or the other. So whatever salad I'm making is going to get that particular dressing. So if you are, so we're just going to chop up enough so that we get that little touch of umami. And I'm going to bring it over and actually put in 2 teaspoons of the juice, because that's going to add that little extra flavor that we're going to like. Now, so we've got the olives in, we've got the celery in, we've got our mayo in. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted. It looks so pretty when you get the olives in. It just adds those little touches of pimento. You know, if you don't like olives, you can go get a jar of chopped pimentos and put those in, because it just makes your chicken salad beautiful. And we're going to, oh yeah, get that all mixed, and it looks wonderful. Now I'm going to take one of my summer plates, and I'm hoping this works, because I have done it before, and it's worked out. Today I'm using my summer lemony plates, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to kind of give everything a push down with the back of the spoon in this bowl. And I'm going to do it like we would if we were taking out a cake. I'm going to put this over the top, and hope this falls. I want it to fall in the shape of the container. And as you can see, it didn't come out perfect, but it's close enough. Now, let me get a little plastic, a little wrap. Put the wrap over it so I don't have to put my hands on it. I need scissors. Okay. And we are going to move that out of the way so you can see. I'm gonna take my hands and I'm gonna mold it into the shape I want. Now, so that I can get that nice, and partially one reason why it came out a little lopsided was because of the fact that, you know, everything's room temperature. It's a little warm in here because the oven is on. And I had just a smidget still left in the container. I'm going to put that on top. And just take my spoon and spread that out. Okay? Just a little. Oh man, that's good. All right. Now, chicken salad, voila. We got that. I'm going to put the olives, the mayo, put that up. because then we're going to work with a little salmon, and then we're going to put together a beverage. Hey, let me come over and see what everybody's talking about. Oh, thank you. Pretty Things, home decor and lifestyle. What's your name? Thank you. Your kitchen similar? You know, my counter was black initially. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I am enjoying the kitchen. Thank you. I'm trying, Denise, to be right at home. You know, it's I haven't cooked very many meals in this kitchen yet. And so some things I'm still fumbling around trying to remember where I changed it. And so, you know, that's just the way it goes. All right, so we've got our chicken salad. I'm going to take this top and just kind of give it a little bit of a press. Yes, I'm kind of angling over how it looks. I'm going to use some of our little celery leaves. They were really pretty. The leaves were pretty. The celery wasn't that pretty. And add a little greenery to the top. Here we go. Little green. You know, it's summer. We got to have a little green. And, you know, I would normally add a little paprika because, you know, that's a Southern girl thing. We have to have our paprika, but I'm trying to control myself and not do it this time. But anyway, so we've got our little green right there. So I'm going to place that right there on the counter. Give everything a quick wipe. And if you don't mind, I'm going to wash my hands. Get everything clean. Wipe off the counter. And we'll be ready to switch over to the next item. I hope you all have some fun things planned today. It's going to be great. The next thing that we're going to put together is one of the easiest dips ever. And it's one of those things that if you're really on a budget, you can put this together on your budget because you're actually able to use something that you already prepared and a part of your leftovers. Now, I have in this container several pieces of salmon, and I have 2 blocks of cream cheese, and we're going to make up a salmon spread. So let me get a heavier spoon. That we can break the salmon up with, and we're going to break it into the cream cheese. This doesn't take long at all. Now the salmon I baked the other night, and what we're going to do is that we're going to, we ate 2 pieces, and I'm using about 2.5 portions of salmon. Kind of a portion per block. And we're going to mix this up. It is so easy. There's a restaurant that we go to that they serve something similar, even though they don't use their salmon for that, but they actually use their tuna for that. And any leftover bits of tuna that they have, I guess in their cooking, they put it into their dip. And they prepare this tuna dip, and I tried it with a couple that I had that was over, and actually put it together with the salmon, and I like it better with the salmon, but I can do that at home where I can't dictate to someone else what they do. So here we are. We've got this is how easy it is. It's just a matter of getting everything mixed up. Let's see how our time's coming. Let me peek at our pie. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's getting there. And we're going to get this all mixed up. Every bit of cream cheese is going to have salmon in it. So it takes a minute. It takes more time actually to mix it than it does preparing everything, because it's just a matter of having softened cream cheese, have your salmon at room temperature, bring it back to room temperature, and then it's easy to work with. So I'm just taking this and making sure everything's pretty well broken down. And we'll be able to get our mix. This is a great summer mix because there's no mayonnaise. Everything's cooked. You know, with chicken salad, if you're going to have it at a picnic, then you got to make sure that you have it enclosed in some type of refrigerated container. And so we have to make sure that we do that. Now, I like keeping this one cold just because I think it tastes better, nice and cold. And of course, I'll eat it either way. Now, I think I've got it pretty well mixed. I'm going to add in just a little bit of house seasoning. Okay. Got our house seasoning because you want it to have good flavor. So I'm going to put in about a half teaspoon. There it is. I'm going to put in a half teaspoon of house seasoning. The only reason I'm using a half teaspoon is because I had seasoned the salmon when I prepared it. So that's good to go. House seasoning. We can move. In fact, we can move all of this. So I'll move all of this over to another location. So things are a little cleaner. You can see. All right, so we're going to give this another good mix. And you want to serve this with your favorite crackers or your favorite chips. Just depends on the occasion. I've done it for Christmas, Thanksgiving, any type of appetizer, or just a time when you want it. Sometimes I do it just for the big guy and we'll have this in a salad, and we're good to go. So here we are. It is ready. Oh yeah. Now I'm going to pull another one of those lemony plates. I'm going to get my, should have kept it out, my plastic wrap. You can see if we can shape him up. There we go. Got it started. All right, right there. Now this one doesn't come out quite as easy. It's kind of like, almost like, well, it is. It's basically a cheese ball with salmon. And knife, everything off. Let's see if I taste the size of this. Now that I know, I'll put this away. Oh, that's good. This is one of those things you could do on a Saturday and with a salad, and just I do with those scissors. Aha! All right. Okay. Now I'm going to take this. We've got two things that are right here, ready to go. Now, guys, I'm sorry for this. I'm gonna have to do the Southern girl thing and see if I can find some paprika. And sprinkle a little paprika, because it's going to make it look good. Give it a little color. And it is ready to go. Now with this, we need some crackers. And I actually brought out 3 different kinds of crackers. I love Triscuits because they hold up. When you have a dip, they really hold up well. And guys, I wish you could be right here in this kitchen because this is going to be so good. I'm going to first Triscuit. There we go. And put some crackers around it. So we're going to have 3 different kinds. We're going to have some Triscuits around it. I also like Ritz crackers, and I like Ritz because they're nice and buttery. Ah, they are so good. So let's see if I can. I had one already open from yesterday, so I'm going to take some of those. I'm just going to add a little additional color. I think I'll fold them the other way so you can see the tops rather than the backs. There's our Ritz crackers. And we need a few saltines because everybody doesn't like what I like. So we're going to put in just some saltine crackers as well. So let's get some of those. So you'll have a variety on your table. There we go. A few more Triscuits. Could have taken them a little further and around. So there's our salmon surrounded by the crackers. Here's our chicken salad. And of course, chicken salad is great on crackers or corn chips or any of those kind of things. So I'm going to put these over here. And now we need to put together a beverage. I'm just going to stick those right in there for now. Oh, I was going to put them in here. Put everything in the zip bag. Here we go. So I'll know where they are because I already know there's not going to be enough. I'm going to have to put some more out later. And move the Triscuits. I think we finished up with our paprika. We have just the perfect amount. And since I have it out, guys, we need just a little touch over there on that chicken salad. All right, let's get ready for the beverage. All right, so that's going to go there. Now, you know, when you're entertaining, we need to have our beverage put together. It's something with kind of a little tropical thing going since we're in the midst of summer, and this is one that comes together so quickly, so easy. You may already actually put something together like that, and if you do, let me know. Or if you have a twist to it, let me know. This is one of those beverages that if you're sensitive to sugar, you can use a low sugar. Now I have my little glasses that I'm going to be using. I pulled out a tray. I'm going to use something a little different. Look what I'm going to put the drink in. I don't know if you can see it. right there. That's what we're going to put our beverage in today. And purposely, I'm going to, because I want it to be nice, and I'm trying to show you what we're going to do. So I'm going to take 1 can, and this is Del Monte Berry Cherry can of fruit. We're going to put in that 1 can of fruit. So that's going to be part of it. Now, no, it's not sangria. We're not making sangria. But it has the fruit in it because we want it to be a little fruity. Now, I'm not going to put the lemons in because we're going to use the lemons as decoration. I'm going to add in some mango. So I'm adding about 1/3 of mango. I'm going to add in just a touch of cranberry. And the cranberry juice is just there for color. I wanted a little color. And so that's there. We're going to put in some pineapple drink. And I'm going to put in about 1/3. Of pineapple drink. Now, of course, you know, if you're using something larger, you can certainly sometimes add in the whole bottle, but I'm not doing that at this moment. I can control how much I need. And last but not least, adding in the ginger ale. And what particular brand of ginger ale you need that you use, you can make that decision yourself. And when I'm making something like this, it doesn't have to be the top of the line. But if I'm drinking it just by itself, then I want Canada Dry. All right, so we've got our drinks in. And if there's a juice that you want to leave out, you can certainly do that. All right, so we've got our ginger ale in. I've got my little glasses. I'm going to get a knife. A little slit in our drink on the glass. Put those in. If you feel it necessary to remove all the seeds, you can do that, but I didn't. Okay. This one wants to fall over. Let's see if I can find one that's going to stand up a little better. Okay. Our lemon on the side. Now, actually, I'm not going to ice this down. I'm going to put ice in the glasses. Okay. And I'll do that for each one. Let's see if I got I must have used it. All right, I'm going to have to use it like those. Are you ready to add the first dip? So you're going to have a little fruit. And how much fruit you want, you can control that when you pour it. So there's our little tropical beverage. We put some more ice in. Fresh ice. All right. I like having a little bit of, just a little bit of the fruit. And then the rest is liquid. Now, if it were after 5, I'm going to assume it could be after 5 somewhere else. It's not here. But the cool thing is that You can add, if you wanted to add a little libation to this, you could certainly do that. Now, so we have our drinks with our tropical look. Let me check our pie and see how it's doing. It has just a few more minutes. So I'm going to come over and talk to everybody and see what we're doing here. Do your lemons in the jar last long? Well, the lemons in the jar typically I only leave in for the time that I'm serving. And sometimes I leave them in. If I leave them in there a little too long, they have a tendency to get bitter, and I don't like that. Thank you with the chicken salad. Okay. All right. Denise said she needs a chicken salad recipe. Okay. We have one in our family, but this one looks just a little different. And oh, it did come out pretty. Put that in there while we're sitting here chit-chatting. So ladies, you know, summer's coming. So I am going to be posting our schedule, as some say, but we're going to be taking a look at some doing a few things. We may be doing a few things different. I don't know if you've noticed that I've been running a trying to do a $10 or less series so that we can teach our young homemakers about taking a little bit and making a full meal. And that sometimes even there are even leftovers sometimes with the full meal. And so probably each week I will have at least one $10 or less. Now, what I'm hoping is that because of inflation, I don't have to raise that to 15 or 20. But as of right now, I've been able to keep it at the $10 or less for the meal. And that has worked out great. And of course, I have a family of 2, so that's not hard for us. But most of the meals that I've put together, I've really looked at the portions carefully to see if you could feed your family for 4, and it works. It really does work. And you just have to be choicey about what you're putting together. I try to have at least one vegetable, one green vegetable. Sometimes I'll use a large salad, do a big salad, and a meat. You know, your protein portion you can control. You can play with that and play with the size. And if you have little ones, then you know they're not going to need an adult portion. So you can cut those sizes down so that everyone gets everything and they leave the table full. So that's the good thing about having the $10 or less. We have also on Monday at lunchtime, we have a guest who's coming on, and that's Kimberly Davis, who's going to be with us from A Blessed Home with Kimberly Davis. And I'm so excited to talk to her. Oh man, I have been following Kimberly heaven only knows how long. I think ever since I've been watching YouTube just about. And so it's been a lot of fun to be able to do that. You can get coffee, Howard. And so it's been a great time to be able to get her on and to see what she's doing, because oh my goodness, she's doing so much during the summer. And I've been following her and seeing all the fun things that she's doing in her house, as well as those things that she's doing outside. She's got a really nice outdoor layout that she has put together. So we're going to be talking about that. I also have plans for another doctor who's going to be coming on, but not a doctor of just regular medicine. But this doctor deals with mental health. And I thought this is a good time. You know, we've talked, Milo was on a couple of weeks ago talking about things to do for the summer with our children. And, you know, we have so much going on in our United States and around the world dealing with mental health. And so, you know, I really believe, I haven't been out in the classroom that long, but I believe that COVID really caused some additional stress. You know, there was already stress as far as families were concerned. Some families run a little smoother than others. And when a child is in a situation or in a family where there is an extreme amount of stress, or perhaps we'll say too much leniency, and then sometimes some mental things start to click, and they're not always positive. So because of that, this particular doctor deals in that area. So she's going to talk about that. She's going to talk about some of the things that we should look for, because, you know, those of us who are grandmothers, those of us who are moms and aunts and uncles and everyone, we want to be able to see certain key things that may trigger us to think, we may need to get some help for Johnny or for Mary, whomever it may be. So she's going to come on and talk to us about that. And so I'm working that out with her. I think she's going to come on in the month of June. And so I'm really looking forward to having that conversation. So then I'm going to go on vacation for a little while, and lunchtime will be on vacation for a few weeks during July and August, and then we'll kick back in September. But we will continue with Saturday morning. That is a fun time. And of course, we're going to be cooking in the kitchen all the time anyway. So it's not like I'm going away or going somewhere, but it's just that we're going to take the time to have a moment. The big guy and I are going to have a chance to do a few things and relax and just enjoy the summer. So I'm going to take just a moment. I'm going to go over and check our pie and see how it's doing, because I don't want it to get too brown. We want it to be beautiful. And I'm hoping, I know it's not going to cool fast enough for us to eat, but we're going to have to fix us a little plate. We're going to have to put together some of that chicken salad and see what we can do. Oh, I'm reading Ronnie. Ronnie said that, oh, good. She said she's enjoyed the more economic meals. And, oh, I know, Ronnie. Ronnie's saying that the school and hospital shootings have been awful. And let me tell you, the school, the hospital, and Tops up in Buffalo, that touches my family very, very closely, because my in-laws are in Buffalo. And in fact, their church is only a block away from the Tops grocery store. And so it really did impact that portion of our family. And my heart, my prayers, everything I have just absolutely goes out to the parents and the families of those who have been affected by these shootings. And I have to think, we need a solution. The solution's there. We needed to go into action. Now, so I'm not going to get on my political thing. I'm not going to get, and it's really, at this point, it's not a political thing. This is a necessary situation, because we cannot afford for people to just continue to be killed and go from there. Okay, off the soapbox. Let me go check the pie. All right, let's get that, see what that pie is doing over here. Oh yeah, he's looking good. Let me see. Not quite. It's browning very nicely, but it's still just a little too jiggly, and we still got about 10 more minutes. So I may have to come in and take pictures. I hate to have to do that, but we're, like I said, we're going to get some of this chicken salad because I haven't had breakfast, and I'm going to get my saucer, and I want some chicken salad. Oh my goodness. Get a little chicken salad here. Get a couple of those Triscuits that I love. And we're going to put together some of the salmon dip. See if I can do it so that when I take pictures, it won't look like the little kid who went through and put their finger in the cake, even though I put a knife in the cake. I had a friend who was talking about her grandchild who what they were at the house for, I think it was Easter, and it was also birthday time. And so the grandbaby, when it was time for everyone to sing happy birthday, they saw that there was this big finger mark across the side of the cake. And I'm sure you all have had it to happen too. I know I did. And everybody goes, "Oh, what happened to the cake?" And thank you, Cindy. They said, "What happened to the cake?" And they look at the baby, and the baby's got icing all across her mouth. And she's just smiling, and she's got her little fingers, and she's just licking those fingers because she had taken her fingers and gone all along that cake. I guess she got tired of waiting. It was kind of like, what are you waiting for? We need to have some cake. So I'm going to get to taste our first. We're going to take a toast with our summer beverage that we have. And this is our nice fruity beverage. And of course, like I said, a whole bottle of wine would be well in there. You could add rum in there if you drink rum or whatever your choice of libation is. I choose not to have any, but you know, I'm not going to knock anybody else. The nice thing is you can fix this. And then if someone wants to add something to their glass, they can certainly do that. So it's refreshing, and it's fruity. This is a wonderful beverage to fix if you're having the girls over. This would be a great one, and they can certainly add whatever they like to it. And I'm going to first start with a little bit of that chicken salad. On our Triscuit. I am so glad I went back and added the olives. The olives added, I didn't have to add the salt. The olives added the salt, just a slight saltiness to the chicken salad. Gave it just enough saltiness to where it's perfect. Taking a minute for me to chew that up. Now, what I wanted to show you was this napkin. This was my inspiration. That's one side, and here's the other side. Is that not beautiful? It is summer. And this is by Caspari, Caspari, and it's available on Amazon. And I've got the link down in the box if you want to just click on it and try it. Let me get my glasses. I see that I think you're asking what is a Triscuit, Emma? A Triscuit is a little wheat cracker. And it's a wheat cracker, but I do know they have it in other brands because Aldi's carries them in their cracker section, but it's not called Triscuits, and it's called another name, but because I'm not familiar with it, I haven't used it. But Triscuit just happens to be the brand that we use. I'm going to try to bring it up close so you can see it. There it is, a nice little wheat cracker. And it gives it good body and crunch. And it's delicious. Noelle? Noelle said that she likes Triscuits and she got the Kroger brand and they were good too. But I don't think Emma has a Kroger's, but I'm sure there's a brand in your grocery that carries the wheat crackers, and they aren't the smooth wheat. It looks more like a shredded wheat type of situation. I think of shredded wheat cereal when I look at these. It's more of that nice wheaty look to it and feel to it. But yes, Kroger's brands are wonderful in being able to substitute. Now, I'm also going to take a little bit of that salmon dip and spread some of that on your cracker. Now, to be honest with you, these napkins can make a table all by itself because they're just that pretty. When I saw them, I thought, oh my goodness, it's absolutely beautiful. And I could just see all the florals and the flowers and all those good things. So as I moved around the kitchen, I tried to make sure that I added a lot of those colors. And I'm going to turn you around for just a second, and then we'll go over there and see what's going on in the oven. But I also put wreaths on the pantry. I don't think I showed you that, but I tried to mimic the colors that were in the napkin in the wreaths as well. So that's also there, as well as the one that we started this morning with. So, okay, Emma said they do have Aldi's. Look in Aldi's because I know they do carry a brand, and I've had them. If I'm in Aldi's, then I'll pick up their brand, but I just haven't been in Aldi's recently. Now let me go over here and check our stove, because I know you all are getting ready to go out and enjoy the day. Let's see how we're doing over here. Oh, that's pretty. It's pretty. All right. Let's see how we're doing. Now this is at 50 minutes. Ooh, jiggly. Let me get a knife. Still a little liquidy, so I'm going to need to let this stay in there for another few minutes. Not quite ready. It's pretty, but it's not ready yet. So I promise that I will put pictures up on the community page so you can see all the, whoops, I lost you. So you can see the pie and how it turned out. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They are totally me. And my girlfriend came over and she said, you and those flowers, girl, you like those flowers. And she's absolutely right. I do. I love flowers. And but these napkins just spoke to me and said, this is what you need to get. So I am going to take pictures and post them on the community page, as well as the recipes, so that you will have both of those. And it's going to take me a little while because I'm going to finish up with the pie, make sure that it's out of the oven so that I don't get stuck with the computer and forget to check it. I don't want it to burn. I want it to be perfect. And I will take pictures of it as well. I will take a moment so that we can look at everything. And you know what? It's summer. Let's do fun things. And you know, fun things don't have to be expensive. They can be delicious. I used a $6 package of chicken, put together chicken salad. I put together leftover salmon that I had baked and used that to put together a salmon spread. So invite anyone over and invite a neighbor over. Kim asked, do the lemons in the jar? Oh, those in the jar, they're artificial. They're by Kirkland. They're by Kirkland, but they really look very, very real. Now, I have to tell you, last time I put the actual lemons in the jar, and they probably held up maybe a week, Kim. And but normally, if I really want them to last a long time, I'll do like you do. I'll put them in the refrigerator. Now, you know, I hadn't tried putting them in the refrigerator immersed in water. I'll have to try that. I hadn't tried that. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Ronnie's talking about my dress and my tropical apron. So anyway, I just thought for the first day back, I wanted to do something just a little bit special because this was a special day. This really is the first real cooking day that I've had here in the kitchen, and I was able to do it with you. I just love being here with you. Now, one other thing, I'm looking at it, and I should have showed this to you because, you know, we have the 1 month that's going to be coming out, and I needed a good calendar, and I don't know how close I can get you for you to see that, but this is an actual frame, and the calendar goes in the frame. It has magnets on the back, so you can put it on the side of your refrigerator. And this is by a company called Lang. And the calendar just slides. It has an opening and it slides right down into it. As you can see, it is time for me to change it over to June. So I'm going to take it out. It's a beautiful calendar. And actually, they have a variety of different designs that you might have. This one says, you will always be welcome. Is that not appropriate for us? So I'm going to take this, I'm going to ease it back into the frame, scoot it down, wiggle it in there. It goes in and it fits right there. But I have a nice calendar to be able to refer to when I'm doing my 1 month, 1 plan. And this is by Lang. And the frame comes in, this one's in white, but it also comes in black as well as a wood color. And I think there may even be a kind of a goldish, antique gold, something similar to that. But the calendars are beautiful. And they're linked down below as well. So anyway, I needed my calendar. This was a good time to change it. I didn't even know what the message was going to be, but oh my goodness, how perfect. Because, you know, You are always welcome to the kitchen of Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme. And I am just so excited that we are back in the kitchen. You are back here with me. And I hope each of you will have an absolutely fantastic, fantastic day today. So be blessed, stay safe. And Emma, the June meal plan is coming out this week, so be on the lookout. And it will have some menu ideas and meal ideas for you as well as everyone else. So, mwah, mwah. God bless all of you, and I'll see you soon right here in the kitchen of Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme.